Everyone. We're into the Nishas Brachas Basraf Yehuda. We're on Brachas Taf Samach on the Aleph. I'm exhausted, so good luck. Says the gemorah that basically, on the last line, Amar Ravacha Baruch Reifei Chinam. So we're talking about here, after you have a refuah, after you do a refuah, besides for the tefillah, before you do a refuah, before you take medication, you're supposed to say, Yosem Mefanecha, please Hashem, it should be, what's it called? Then afterwards, you say, Ki Reifei Chinam, you're the free doctor, Hashem doesn't charge, Hashem is free. Okay, it's an interesting tefillah. Maybe we'll see why you say it. But turn the page. Hanichnas lebeis hakisei. When you go into a bathroom, this is a fascinating gemorah. Hanichnas lebeis hakisei. I've never seen anyone saying this. Omer, what you say is hischap. Now, what we know, Chazal tell us that person always has two angels going with him, following him, watching him. You say on Shabbos, Shalom Aleichem Malach HaShareis, you bring in new angels every week, they watch you, they protect you, bless me. And the angels are following you the whole time. So when you go to the bathroom, what do? The angels are going to come to you to the bathroom? It's not fitting. So what do you say? You say the following. Honorable, Kedoshim, holy, and honorable, Meshasa, Elyon, servers of Hashem. Tnu cover the Lake Yisrael, give cover to Hashem. Hipu many leave me. Achi konas until I go in, ve'eset ritzaini, and I do what I got to do. V'avei leichem until I come back out to you. So you say this. You say it's not a tefillah; it's instructions. You're not praying to the malachim, but you say to the angels, "Leave me, I'm going in." Like you talk to a friend. I'm going to the bathroom. Wait here. I'll be back in 5 minutes. You're not asking anything from them. There's no bakasha here. You're just telling them, please wait here. So, Omar Baye, Loile Menishachi, you shouldn't say this. Why? They leave you for good. You tell the angels, hey, leave me, go, while I do my business, right? Maybe they're going to leave you and they won't come back so fast. Ella, what should you say? Leima, Shamruni, protect me, Azruni, help me, Samchuni, assist me, Samchuni, Hamtinuli, wait for me. Achikones, Veitze, until I go in, come out. Shiken Dachan Shabayadam, this is what humans have to do, this is human nature. We need to go to the bathroom. You're an angel, you don't need to go to the bathroom. So you've got no reason to go in there. All right, so before we go any further, nowadays, do we say this thing is Chabdu Mechubadim? So the Gemara says you say it, and it doesn't seem to be there's any sheet that says you don't say it. Now Budram says we don't say it nowadays. And the Shulchan Aruch also says the Beis Yosef says maybe it's gaiva to say it. Kilu, you're talking to angels. Who are you to start talking to angels? The Rizal says you do say it. I've never seen anyone saying it's Chabdu Mechubadim. And I'm not sure halachically which one you say. Shamuni, Samchuni. I guess that's what you should say, Imkvar. But it seems to be a machlekes if it's gaiva to say, or no, it's not gaiva. Others say, no, of course it's not gaiva. We say every Shabbos. Barchinu l'shalom, you say Shalom Aleichem, you welcome the angels. You say Barchunu l'shalom, Seischem l'shalom. So we talk to angels every Friday. Every Jew says Shalom Aleichem. It's very rare. Some people don't have the make to say it. Most people say Shalom Aleichem, right? So we have angels, and it's not guy we talk to angels. Why shouldn't you say it's Chabdim Chabodim? The other thing they ask about Shalom Aleichem, we say Tzeichem Shalom, leave. From here we see you shouldn't tell the angels to leave. Maybe they're not going to come back, right? So why do you say Tzeichem Shalom? So some people actually, because of that, they don't say Tzeichem Shalom in Shalom Aleichem. They say the first three. Shalom Aleichem, welcome. Bayachem Shalom, come in. Bachunu l'shalom, bless us. And they don't say Tzeichem Shalom, leave us. Because we don't want them to leave us. If you leave, they want to come back. Yeah.
So Rabbi Gross says that goes on the angels from the week before. Every week they stay for the whole week. So the new ones come in. So the first two are for
Yeah.
the new
So
incoming,
I think
and the
the
last two are for the outgoing.
That's the Svas Emes says that pshat.
Okay.
That you welcome in, and it's nice. I get the question is like first you should say goodbye to the old ones. No, they don't leave till the new ones come. You first welcome the new ones from the week, from Shabbos, then you say goodbye to the angels of the week. That's one pshat. Why you say Shalom. Something like, how could you say Tzeischel Shalom? How are you kicking angels out of the house? And the answer is because when you're having your Suda Shabbos, where I can't remember where I saw this, Suda Shabbos is the Shechina himself, HaKadosh Baruch Hu B'choy Devatzmai, has the meal with you. So just like in Beis HaMikdash, in the Kodesh Kedoshim, angels weren't allowed into the Kodesh Kedoshim also. Now you're saying with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's not even a place for angels. It's too holy even for the angels, they got to go. Tzeischel Shalom. I think others say, Tzeischel, go bless someone else. But others say the pshat isn't that we're kicking them out. We're not kicking angels out of the house. Stay. Please stay. Bachuni, shalom, come in, welcome. Whenever you go, whenever you leave, when you leave, it should be l'shalom. It doesn't mean leave now, get out. You know what I'm saying? Go in peace. What it means is when you leave, when you gotta go, so go in peace. Bless us in peace, whatever it means. All right. I think the classic minhag is yet to say Tzeischel Shalom. And kasha from our gemorah, a little bit kasha from our gemorah. Why we telling the angels to leave? All right. So we're on Daf Samach on base about 10 lines from the top. Kinafik, when you leave the bathroom, what do you say? You just had this miraculous thing. You went to the bathroom. It's fantastic. It's amazing. You got rid of all the waste. So what do you say? Kinafik, Baruch Hashayatzes Adam B'Chachma. Blessed you Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Thank you Hashem. You created man with Chachma. You create us with Chachma. Uvarava, you created Nekavim, Chalulim, Chalulim. Nekavim and Chalalim. Nekavim, Chalulim, Chalulim. So, Nekavim, L'chaira is small holes. Chalulim is like big holes in your body. Like, so some say Nekavim means you've got like a hole in your mouth. There's a nekev. You've got a hole. You've got holes in your eyes, ears, mouth. Those are Nekavim. Chalulim is things in your body that are chalul, hollow. You got things in your body. You got the stomach, it's hollow. The heart, there's space inside for things to happen, right? Mm-hmm. It's challah. So you created us with nekavim and chalulim. It's blatant. It's known in front of your glorious throne. If one of these would open, one of these would close in the wrong place, we wouldn't be able to stand in front of you. And that little aleph there is the agas. The Gra says, "Afilu sha'achas." We won't be able to stand. We won't be able to live even for 1 hour. So machlekes. What's his b'chachma? He created us with chachma. What does it mean when he created us with chachma? Okay, obviously the human body is incredible. We know that the wisdom in the human body it's incredible. There's thousands of books about your eyes, right? Every single part of the body is incredible. But so what does this b'chachma mean? Take a look at the top thesis. It says thesis, but Tanchuma, it says in Medrash Tanchuma, v'yivra elikim es Adam, Omer of Bun, b'chachma. What was the chachma? Shehiskin mizoneisa v'achach baray. The chachma is that he first created food, and then he created Adam. If he created you perfectly, but everything you need wouldn't be created. I guess it doesn't mean just food. Everything you need to sustain yourself, food, water, oxygen, create the whole world. Everything that we need to, in order for that to live. And then he created Adam. That's the B'chachma. That's what Medrash Tanchuma says. We'll see. Okay, we'll see the next slide. And then let's go back to the gemorah. It says gemorah.
Wait, why did the Gra see fit to add afilu sha'achas? Like, where does that come from?
He definitely had it in Gersa. He said that's a Gersa of the Rif and Rishonim.
Oh.
That's a Gersa they had afilu sha'achas.
But it slipped out of our.
I just have afilu sha'achas. Some people say it, I guess.
It was a different Gersa. He didn't just stick it in there. Yeah, that's what the Gra says. Right. I mean, the question is if you can live a sha'achas with, you can live an hour if one of these nekovim gets blocked up. It's not like a guy, not all of them, if it get blocked up, a guy dies, but they are dangerous, in other words. Okay, so it says the gemorah, keep going. My chosim, what bracha do you make at the end? How do you end? How do you sign off this thanks after you go to the bathroom? I think they say Rishonim and Achronim today. If a person knew the miracles and the wonders of going to the bathroom, he would write a letter home to his parents after every time he went. Said, Mom, Dad, thank God I was able to go to the bathroom. What a fantastic thing it was, right? It's like one of the longest brachas we ever say, right? It's so good. It's so healthy. Anyways, it says in Gemara, what my chosim, what brachas make? Omar Rav, Reif Echaylim. You say, Baruch Hashem, Reif Echaylim. Hashem heals the sick. Omar Shmuel says to him, what? Kashavinu, Abba, Lechol Alma Katsiri. He called him Abba. So he said, you've made the whole world sick? We're not all sick. We're not all Chaylim. You say, Baruch Reif Echaylim, Hashem heals the sick. Well, any guy has to go to the bathroom, he's sick till he goes to the bathroom. Ella, what do you say? Reif Echolbasa, he heals all flesh. Cholbasa, he heals all flesh. He heals. You don't have to be sick to be healed. He can heal someone that's healthy. You don't have to be a chayla. Now, his kotza means like you're short, you're missing, you're sick. There's something wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. Rakmai, he heals all flesh. Sheshes signs off with mafli lasais, who mafli means wonders, and lasais means to do. He does wonders. Okay, so take a look at Taisus. What's this mafli lasais? Says Taisvus. Mishum Damina Bebereshis Rabki Godel Ata. You are great. You said the flies you do wonders. Ata Leikim Avadecha, you are alone. So Adam, I said, why? What's the pella? What's so incredible? Adam, I said, noid. If you make a flask. Glasses time. Adam, I said, noid. If you build a flask, if you have a flask, you make a little hole with a pin, so the air's going to come out, right? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu made this body, and you can't store wine in it. You can't. The air comes out of it. You've got tons of holes all over your body, your eyes, your mouth, your nose. There's holes everywhere, and the air and the fluids doesn't come out of your body. It all stays there.
What does it mean?
It means is that how come if you take a human being, you shake him upside down for half an hour. Nothing's coming out, but there's holes there. There's a wind pipe, there's an air pipe, there's all these holes in your body. And Hashem made you that everything can stay in, even though you've got holes. There's these valves that let the air go one way, not the other way. What a nace, what a pella.
You'll vomit.
Maybe not. If you haven't eaten for a while, you won't. That's a pella. I'll just say, I think the Torah says a mafli. I think I spoke about this before. With the pill, the elephant, that the pella is, the greatest pella is that he's Mekasha Davaruchnu Davagashmi. Your neshama, your body is totally physical. It's like a table. Your body is like, there's nothing there. It's physical, but he puts your spiritual neshama in this body. That's the Mafli La'asais. That's the biggest pella. He's Mechaber Davaruchnu Davagashmi. That's what he means over here. Also, Taisvus, the underlying thing that he connects the Davaruch and Davagashmi. That's the biggest pella, that you're a spiritual being in a physical guf. That's the greatest pella. So says Rav Papa Hilchach. Since we got this machlekes, what do you say? In the middle of Tvai, you say both. Reifach Basar. Umafli lasais. I guess he spells it out. Reifach Habas as opposed to Reifach Chaylim. Umafli lasais. You say Reifach Habas, he heals all sick, and he does this incredible Mafli lasais. I will throw in, but because I forgot to mention it about the whole miskabdei mechobodim. You say this tefillah with the angels. Some Mepharshim say that since in those days the bathrooms were in the fields, they didn't have in-house internal bathrooms, so they needed a shmir to go to the bathroom. They're going to the field in the middle of the night. Whoa. There's animals, there's wolves, there's bandits, there's murderers, there's all sorts of things. So you needed a protection with these angels. So that's why they were said, they had to feel like the shmira, pay attention to your shmira. We're going to see, it makes a big difference. If you say it, you believe it, it actually helps, right? It's not just psychological, psychosomatic. It helps you. But nowadays, you got a bathroom in your house, we don't need to say it anymore. Kacha, I saw someone brings. All right, back to gemorah. Hanichnas lishon al mitos.
But it's not, that's not the purpose of the spracha.
That's not what?
The purpose of the spracha.
Meaning? That's not the purpose of?
The spracha.
The sprecha?
This bracha. Right,
no, nothing to do with the bracha. That's before before you go to the bathroom, you say goodbye to the malachim, and you say, don't join me in the bathroom. That's because in those days they had.
When do you say that?
The gemorah says you say that. That's the first part of the gemorah. That you say goodbye to the malachim. It's chavdim mechobodim. The top line of the gemorah. That you get rid of you say goodbye to the malach before you go to the bathroom. So hanichnas lishon al mitasa. Guy goes to sleep in his bed. What did he say? Omer b'shma yisrael ad v'haya b'shemaya. Okay, you're going to sleep. You say shma ad v'haya b'shemaya. It's a machlekes. Does it include v'haya b'shemaya? Does it not include v'haya b'shemaya? V'omer. Then you say baruch hama b'chev le'shena aleinai. This is interesting. You say baruch. Obviously we say baruch. You say thank you Hashem. You put the ropes of sleep on my eyes, and rest on my afapai. Now it's interesting that Chazal are telling us that the sleep happens in your eyes. That's where you sleep. Sleep is happening primarily in your eyes, or the part of your brain that's connected to your eyes. The rest of your body, everything's functioning, right? Your stomach is functioning, your ears, your hair. The only part of your body that ceases to work is your eyes. That's what's really resting when you sleep. So
we also have decreased function, other things.
Everything slows down. You're sleeping, but it works. Your hearing slows down. It works. If someone screams in your ear in the middle of the night, you wake up, right? But if someone, I don't know what, stands right in front of you and waves a flag, you're not going to wake up, right?
Well, you'll feel that sense of
right.
There.
You feel everything, but you don't see. Meil isham basayin. Okay, and he lightens isham basayin, the black of your eye. Then you say, please Hashem Elokai shtashchivenu shalom. I should sleep in peace. The same chelki b'soyasecha. Give me my portion of the Torah. The targileni de mitzvah. And let me get used to targeleni from Lashon Hergel, right? The mitzvah, don't let me get used to doing sins. Don't let me sin, don't let me be tested, don't let me be tested, don't let me be disgraced. The good inclination should rule me, not my evil inclination. And save me from bad things happening from bad illnesses, and I shouldn't be frightened by scary dreams, and bad thoughts. Let my bed be whole in front of you, and then you end with this interesting thing: and open my eyes. Chazal say that sleeping is a 60th of death. So wake me up in the morning. That the guy shouldn't die. Baruch atah Hashem, thank you Hashem. Hameir la'olam kulai. You enlighten the entire world with His honor, with His kavod. So some ask, like, why is he saying? What does he mean? First of all, my bed should be complete. Some say what it means is that my kids should all be tzaddikim. My bed, my offspring for my bed, and you're praying now because you're going to bed. This is where you use your bed. So when you go to bed, you should pray that your kids should be tzaddikim. They shouldn't be pgamim. Others say it means maybe that your sleep should be shalom. I don't know. So that's the bracha he makes. Kimisar, when you wake up, what do you say? My God, my soul you've given me is pure. As Hashem gives you a soul, right? That soul He gave you is pure. You created it in me. You blew it in me, and you, Mishamar Bekirbi, you watch it inside of me. In the end of days, you'll take it from me, and then you give it back to me. Because it's like all the while that I'm alive, I thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. In the future, you're going to bring the neshamas back to dead bodies, to empty bodies. So some take out this girsa to be, that you created it in me. Why? Because He created it. If it's in you, He doesn't have to blow it in you. Elamah, He created it, and then He put it in you. So you don't say He created it in me. He created it first. And the neshama was created before it comes in you. Who's the you over here? Anyway, so Kishama Kol Tarugal. In the morning, you hear the chicken, the rooster crowing, quacking. What are they called? Lemi. You say Baruch Hashem Nosan Asechvi V'Vino Lavkin Ben Yom V'Vin Laila. You say the sechvi. A rooster is called a sechvi. So you say thank you Hashem that you gave the rooster the intelligence to know whether it's day or night. He wakes us up in the morning. They all used to live on farms or near chickens, I don't know what. So you woke up, that was the first thing that happened in the morning, was you heard the chicken, the rooster crowing, I don't know how you call it. So, some, yeah, so some Rishonim say Sechvi is actually your brain. I think the Torah brings this. Sechvi is your brain, and what you're saying is thank you. The first thing is you got a brain, you got to thank Hashem. First thing you do, you wake up in the morning, thank God you got a brain. You got a healthy brain, that's the greatest thing you got to thank Hashem for. People can have everything. If their brain's wonky, it's all worthless. So the first thing you thank Hashem is for your brain. So why do we call it sechvi? Sechvi is the rooster, because it reminds you, it's the same word. It reminds you of the sechvi, of your brain. So you thank Hashem as soon as you wake up and as soon as you hear the sechvi. Kiposacheni, open your eyes. This is even before you've opened your eyes. You thank Hashem for the sechvi, for your brain. Kiposacheni, open your eyes. Thank you Hashem for letting the blind see. When you're sleeping, you can't see. Now you can see. Kitaretz v'yosef, you sit down. Wow, you can move your bones. When you're sleeping, you can't move. Thank you Hashem for letting mater asum, you release the prison. Kilovish, when you get dressed, baruch malbish arum. Thank you Hashem for clothing the naked. You gave me clothes. Wow, kizokif, we stand up, baruch zakif kufim. It's one thing to be able to sit down, but to be able to stand up, the technology in standing up, it took like the scientists years to get a robot that could just stand up with two legs, right? Stand up, amazing. Kinachis la'aro, you stand on the floor. Thank you for putting the ground on the water. In other words, there's water everywhere, and you've got the earth that floats. Kimaski, when you start moving, you should say, you prepared the journey of man, the steps. Incredible niflos abayit to be able to walk. The biomechanics involved in walking is phenomenal. The balance you need. Take a baby and see if you can walk. They can't. It takes years to learn how to walk. Kisiyem misane le mabash asali kal tzarchi. You say when he ties his shoes, you say baruch asali kal tzarchi. Ki asar amine le mabash asali kal tzarchi. You tie your belt. Thank you Hashem for tying yourself with gvur, with strength. Kipar is sudra. When you put on a coat, you put a hat on your head. Le mabash oite sol besifara. Thank you Hashem for crowning Hashem with glory. Some say, well, how can you make all these brachas before you put a hat on? Before you put a kippah on your head? Is this right? You can't. So maybe the brachas aren't in order. Some say, yeah, all of this doesn't happen. You don't make any brachas until... Now, also the Rashba says, how do you make a bracha before you wash your hands? He hasn't washed his hands yet. Maybe you see from here, you can make a bracha before you wash your hands. Maybe not. Maybe the guy, I don't know. L'maisa, a lot of Rishonim say you have to wash your hands, you have to say the brachas b'kedusha, you die maskani, saying your hands aren't clean. When you're sleeping, you've touched parts of your body, and now you've got to wash your hands. So you can't make any of these brachas. Nowadays, we don't say all these brachas when you're still in bed or half asleep. wash your hands first. The pashtus in the gemorah is no, you make I think call it the rush, but you make the brachas even before you wash your hands. Kimsatif betzitzis, you put on tzitzis. Sorry, I skipped. Kimsatif betzitzis leima brach shekachal mitzvah v'tzvah misatif betzitzis. You wrap us with tzitzis. Kimonach tefillin, you put tefillin adurui on your arm. Leima brach shekachal mitzvah v'laniach tefillin. On your arm tefillin, you say laniach tefillin. We can have a demonstration from Benji if you want to hear one. Areisha, when you put tefillin on your head, leima brach shekachal mitzvah v'tzvah al mitzvahs tefillin. So there's two brachas. On your hand you say la niach tefillin. On your head, al mitzvah tefillin. On your head you say al mitzvah tefillin. So why is one la niach and one's mitzvah? Why is the ikka mitzvah on your head? What, the arm's not a mitzvah? So the Mepharshim explain, because the ikka mitzvah tefillin is on your head. Your tefillin sharosh, you have the two shins. That's ki yiru kalamas v'yoru mekah. Is by your seichel. That's the ikka mitzvah tefillin. That's why you have on your head you say al mitzvah tefillin. Ki moshe yodei leima roch shekashor mitzvah v'tzvah n'tlesadayim. When you wash your hands, you say an t'lesadayim. Ki moshe ape leima roch amav v'chev l'shenum einai yisnum me'apapai. You wash your face, you say amav v'chev l'shenum einai. Yosam v'fanecha Hashem elekai shtagilenim b'sosecha. We should be used to learning Torah. The kelim v'sech should be attached to your mitzvahs. Don't let me sin. Don't let me have any type of challenges, and don't let me be disgraced. You go ahead and bend my evil inclination to serve you. Save me, keep me away from bad people, bad friends. Let me stick to good people, to a good inclination, good friends in your world. Let me find favor and love and compassion in your eyes and the eyes of everyone that sees me. And bestow upon us, bestow upon me good charity. Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem, blessed you Hashem, who bestows kindness to his people. The Mishnah says, "My chai." What does it mean? You have to bless on the rock. You have to bless for the rock. If you mean if it means that a guy, you're supposed to say the same bracha, a guy has a crash, what should you say? Say no. It says in the Mishnah, if something good happens, you say if something bad happens, you say dynamis. So that's not what it means. You hear this? He said, you have to be makabel b'simcha. So what does it mean? Take a look in Rashi. Rashi says, "Levarach al midas," 4 lines from the bottom. "Levarach al midas paranis belev of shalim." So when it says in the Mishnah, "Chai v'al levarach al rock sheish levarach al taiva," it doesn't mean you got to say the same bracha. There's a different bracha. Alama, what's he saying? You got to be makabelet b'simcha. And Rashi explains what does b'simcha mean? Belev of shalim, with a full heart. A person has to accept it with a full heart. I think the Chavis Lovas goes so far as how you mevarach b'simcha. So obviously the Rishonim will say, everyone knows this, because you think you know, the Rambam spells it out. Famous story, the guy, this happens to him and he thinks it's bad, and something good happens from him and something bad. You don't know what's good, you know what's bad. It looks like it's bad, but really it's good. Why are you complaining? Everything's for the good. That's why you should always, if something bad happens, maybe it's for the good, maybe it's good you had a car crash and now you can't, something else worse wouldn't have happened, right? You missed the boat and then the thing sank. That was a famous story about, who was it? One of these rich people. He missed the
plane. And
yeah, okay. So you don't know what's good, you know what's bad. So don't fetch. Always be happy. That's one shot. Others say the Rebbeinu Yoina, he takes more of a hard line. He says, listen, bad things happen to people, and it's bad, right? And that's the end of the line. Nothing good is going to come from it. But person has to be mekabel b'simcha and realize that it's techecha from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to teach him a lesson. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to be mechaper in his averis. And therefore you should say, be mekabel b'simcha. Whatever Hashem wants, He knows best. He knows what's right for me. He knows what I need, and if you should accept it b'simcha. The Chovos HaLevavos says something very radical. I don't know if I can even say it here. He says if a person has something bad happens to him, and he's not mekabel b'simcha v'tev levav, he does. I'm only saying it because it could, it's a Chovos HaLevavos, and it's important to know it. He says if a person is bayit bara, someone he doesn't enjoy. He's not happy when something bad happens. He's not mekabel b'simcha v'tev levav. It's not mechaper. There's no kapara. The kapara is if he's mekabel b'simcha v'tev levav. And the other Rishonim explain that when you mekabel something bad b'simcha v'tev levav, so you turn it into something good. In other words, we're going to see in a second the story, or maybe tomorrow with Reb Chaim. You actually, just like you could do a picture in chalomus, you have a dream, you see something, it's scary, and someone says, it's good. That turns it into good. Also, when something bad happens, a guy he loses $100, he says, it's good. Why? I don't know. You turned it into something good by being mekabel b'simcha v'tev levav. We'll see tomorrow, Be'ezrat Hashem, the famous story of Reb Akiva. Have a wonderful day.